What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to be doing some readings for those people who requested one. In a recent video I said that I would be doing some semi-free, I wouldn't call them free readings. I asked for $1 and I would do a sun, moon, and stars reading, and that's what we got going on today. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who helped to donate, who helped to make this video possible. I really do appreciate it. Some of you went above and beyond the Call of Duty, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much to all of you. We had 4 people who wanted to participate, so thank you to Joyce, Cynthia, Donna, and Christina. I really do appreciate you guys. And we're gonna do some readings for you today. Hopefully, we can do some healing, get deep into this, and see what your sun, moon, and stars has to say for you. Today, I'm gonna be using my freshly edged Druidcraft deck. Now, I think I need to go back and redo some parts. Yeah, I think I got some white spots around here. So the edging on this, this side is not so bad. But yeah, I think I need to go back and do another layer. But for now, it'll work. Okay, Druidcraft. This is my favorite tarot deck. So I wanted to use this today. So we'll get into it. We're going to do Sun, Moon, and Stars for those 4 people who requested one. And we're going to start with Joyce Billingsley. All right. This one is for Joyce. Sun, Moon, and Stars. We'll cut the deck. Deal out 3 cards. Alright, Joyce, let us check it out. First, we're going to look at the Sun card. And the Sun card represents what you can see clearly at this time. And we've got the Death card. Don't worry, it's not about death. Not necessarily, anyway. Give me a moment to go into this card. Alright, this is the card of change, and that's what this card here is talking about at this time, Joyce. I think you see a lot of change happening in your life right now. And this is not, little change. This is not medium change. This is a big, massive shifts in your life. And I think you see it clearly. What I mean by see it clearly is that you understand it. You understand the role this change plays in your life. And you understand that this change should and needs to come. You understand that this change will benefit you and it will bring some positive energy into your life. And I think that's a beautiful thing to be able to understand that, to see that. A lot of people will look at change in a negative way, but Joyce, I get the feeling that you're seeing change for what it is, and you're embracing it, and you're making the most out of it. And that is definitely a very positive card. You see it well, okay? You see it well, so that's good. Next, we'll look at the Moon card. This is what you don't see so well. Oh my goodness, we got the Moon card for the Moon. Wow, that's interesting. Give me a moment to go into this card. Alright, Joyce, the feeling I'm getting from this card is you're not seeing some shadow aspects of yourself. There's some shadow aspects that you are not 100% acknowledging. And I do get the feeling of loneliness from this card a little bit, of being kind of... I hate to say cast out in the cold, but it's just feeling like you got to do it all yourself, basically. And I think there's some negative energy there that's not come to the surface yet, which means that you're not ready to deal with it, or you don't want to deal with it yet. And that's okay. Just know that there are some shadow aspects that we have to work on, Joyce. And it's some of it's stemming from loneliness. Some of it's this could be from childhood, possibly. I think you're looking for someone to help fill that loneliness void, and it's kind of eating away at you a little bit. And I think there needs to be some shadow work in order to kind of transmute this into something positive. And it's very easy to do. It's just a matter of isolating it, recognizing it, learning the valuable lesson it has to teach, and then moving on. And I think if you do meditative shadow work, that's something to focus on, is those shadow aspects that are beneath the surface that you've kind of kind of either ignored, or your subconscious mind is tried to explain to you, but you don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? We all have these. But we got 2 major arcana so far. Let's check out what the Stars card has to say. What the heck? Oh my goodness, Joyce. I swear I just shuffled. So you got the Moon card in the Moon position, the Star card in the Star position. This means something big. So the Star card is what you hope will happen. This is what you are hoping for. And the Star card to me is about opening up, being expressive, and showing the world who you truly are without having to worry about criticisms or judgments or anything like that. It's about just being yourself. And I think you want more than anything, Joyce, to be yourself. And what a great goal to set for yourself. And that is kind of the goal of what all of us are trying to attain, right? So that's the end game, is being able to be ourselves unquestioningly without having to worry about what society is going to think about us. And wow, so the 3 major arcana here, the Moon in the Moon position, the Star in the Star position, I think they're really trying to hammer this point home that there's big things happening in your life right now, Joyce, and it's up to you to seize those moments. You got change, and you see the change. You've got this something suppressed within you that you now know is there if you didn't know before. And we got the Star here, 3 major arcanas, the Star in the Star position. I think this is a crazy reading. This is really crazy. I'm not 100% sure what to make of this. I know in a few days I'll reflect on this and I'll say, oh, that's what that meant. But right now I'm just getting the feeling that Spirit is really trying to hammer this point home, that you are definitely supported, and your goals are in alignment with, I think, the highest good. You see change for what it is. You've got some shadow issues beneath the surface that you've got to deal with, but you are definitely on the right path as far as your goals, and your goals of just being yourself and coming into your own. I think that's a better way to put it, is you desire to come into your own and be your true embodiment of your higher self. And there's no better way to do that than to embody the energy of the Star card, to be more open, to be more loving, to be more emotional, to be more vulnerable, and just expose yourself to the universe. And don't get arrested while you do it. You know what I mean? All right, so that is the reading for Joyce. Thank you, Joyce, for participating in this. We had a crazy reading. I don't know. Put in the comments what you think about this reading, and I'll reflect on this in the coming days and see what it means. Okay, on to the next one. All right, this reading is for Cynthia Smith. All right, Cynthia, we're going to look at your Sun, Moon, and Stars. All right, Sun, Moon, and Stars. All right, I'm excited. After that last reading, I'm excited. All right, let's check it out for Cynthia. What is the Sun for Cynthia? We've got another major arcana. We've got the World card. Oh, give me a moment to go into this card. All right, Cynthia, I get the feeling that something in your life, some cycle, something is coming to an end. Something is, when I say an end, I mean, it's not like, nothing's going to replace it. Something's coming to an end so that something else can replace it. And I get the feeling that you know this, you acknowledge this. And I could ask for a qualifier here. I'm going to ask the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, what is the nature of this cycle? What is ending? Detach. This could be a relationship, but I get the feeling that you are detaching yourself from something. This could be a hobby. This could be a relationship. This could be a job. But I get the feeling that you're kind of floating away from something. You're feeling that it's coming to an end. And you know this. You know that it's coming to an end. And I think you're okay with it, is the feeling I'm getting. only you know what this truly means. So if you want to talk about it, you can put it in the comment section, Cynthia. If this means something for you, if something that you're detaching from, that you're moving away from. But you see it clearly, and I get the feeling that you know the value of detaching from it. I think there's a part of you that says, this is for the best interest. I need to do this for myself and for those around me. And it might be hard to do. Detaching from something that we're used to is definitely a difficult thing for a lot of us. But I do get the feeling that deep down, maybe even on a subconscious level, that this is the right thing to do. And you're just looking for the way to do it, right? That's the feeling I'm getting. All right, let's move on to the moon. And for your moon, Cynthia, we've got the Six of Swords. Give me a moment. All right. I think what you're not seeing is something to do with traveling. Maybe this thing that you're trying to detach from is going to cause you to have to travel, to move somewhere. And you're not understanding that point just yet. You're not seeing how this could be physically. Yes, physically I do get the feeling of that. But this could also be mentally. And this detachment may force you to change the way you think about something. And you haven't really considered that part of it yet. I get the feeling that there's change and movement going to come as a result of whatever you're detaching right now from. And I'm not sure if you understand how much change it's going to bring, whether it's whether it's a mental change, a mental shift in the way that you perceive things and you think about things, or if this is more of a physical shift, whereas you're going to have to go to a new location. And this new location is going to be, kind of far away. Only you know exactly what I'm talking about, Cynthia. So hopefully that resonated. Let's check out the stars. This is what you are wishing for, what you hope for. And you've got the Nine of Pentacles. I think you're looking for safety, security, and stability. Oh, the three S's. Cynthia, I get the feeling that you want, whether it's financial or... Yes, financial. I get the feeling of partly of it's being financial security, but you're also looking for stability. You're looking for dependence. You're looking for comfort and security and safety. And that's the feeling that I get from this card. And that is what you are hoping for. So I think... based on what I've seen from these cards, whatever is coming to an end, I think you see it as an opportunity to increase your stability by moving away from it. But what you're not entirely 100% seeing is the movement that it's going to result in. You're not seeing how much it's going to make you have to move. And again, I don't know if this is a physical move or if this is a mental move where you have to shift the way you perceive things. But I think you're doing it for the cause of stabilizing yourself and getting a little bit more grounded, maybe a little bit better off financially, and your goals are in alignment with what needs to happen. So I get the feeling of a job from this. For some reason, you're moving away from some job. And again, not 100% sure, Cynthia. You can let me know in the comment section, and maybe these cards will take on a different meaning. But by all means, figure out what they mean for you. All right. So I want to say thank you very much to Cynthia for participating in this and for your donation. I really do appreciate it a lot, and I hope this reading resonated. We are now on to the next one. All right. Next up, we have Donna Harriman. Donna, we're going to look at your sun, moon, and stars. Let's cut the deck. Sun, moon, and stars for Donna. Still can't believe we got the moon in the moon position, the star in the star position. That was crazy. All right, Donna, let's check it out. First, we're going to look at your sun card. This is what you are seeing clearly. We've got the King of Cups. Give me a moment with this one. All right, generally, the court cards can represent someone else, and this is possible. I don't want to rule it out 100%, but I am getting a stronger sense that this King of Cups is you. Don't worry about the gender. What I mean by the King of Cups being you is that I get the feeling that you're very in touch with your emotions right now. You understand the way your emotions are supposed to be processed and learned from. I get the feeling that you're being very creative as a result of that. And, when we use our emotions for positive things, that it unleashes our creativity and we just have to express it, even the negative emotions, right? Well, especially the negative emotions can definitely lead to more creativity. But I do get the feeling that you're in charge of your emotions. You got them all under control. You know how to process them, and you know how to understand them. And I think that emotionally speaking, you are the rock. You got it under control at this time. I mean, we go through phases, of course, but this is for right now, and that's the feeling I'm getting. And of course, if this does represent someone else with those qualities, then by all means, that's probably what this card means. And if that is the case, then this could be a person who is all the things that I described, who is definitely a big part of your life, and you appreciate them. So I'm not 100% sure which one. Let me get some clarification. Observe. Yeah, okay. I think I'm getting the feeling that this has to do, if you want to see that card, this has to do with more with your emotions, and you're good at observing your emotions and understanding your emotions and learning from them, which is a great thing. So I think that what this card is saying is that you see your emotions very clearly. You understand them. So let's move on to the Moon card, what you're having trouble seeing. And we've got the Five of Swords. Aha. So while your emotions are intact, I get the feeling that your ego mind is going a little bit unchecked. A little bit. And maybe there's these little altercations throughout the day. I hate to say, not altercations, but little ego battles you have throughout the day where you're arguing with someone, or you don't think someone's right and you have a verbal spat, things like that. I get the feeling that you're not really seeing the effect of your ego mind's control. You're not really seeing the effect of what it's having on your life, and how it's kind of bringing you down. It's kind of forcing you to get into these little ego battles, and it's bringing you down to the level of squabbling. And it could be just little tiny things, nitpicking things that don't really make they're so small that they don't really bring you down that much. But when you have a bunch of them constantly happening, a little bit here, a little bit there, then they kind of add up and they bring you down. They lower your vibration. So try to be more in charge of the ego. Realize when the ego is trying to assert its dominance over someone else, and try to scale it back and say, you know what, that person, I might think he's wrong or she's wrong, but do I really need to make them know? Or maybe, I just haven't seen things from their perspective. Let me try to, before I get into this argument, let me try to step into their shoes and try to see things from their perspective. I think that's going to help. It's going to help you minimize the ego's role in your life. And I think it's going to make you overall happier. I just don't think you're seeing how strongly your ego is influencing your life and bringing you down in vibration and frequency and happiness. Okay? Alright, so let's check out the stars. This is what you're hoping for. And we've got the Nine of Wands. For Donna, Nine of Wands. I think you're hoping for a break. I think you've been pretty busy. And I think that you're ready to take a rest. I think that you may even be wounded. Not in the literal sense, although you may have stubbed your toe or something. But I think you're just like, you've been putting in a lot of work, putting in a lot of energy towards your goals, whether this is, relationships or jobs or whatever it is. It's kept you busy, and you're just feeling almost to the point of, I'm done with this. I need a break. And, when you reach that point of exhaustion, it's not good, because you're going to have to rest for longer than you would have if you had taken little breaks along the way. So I think what you're hoping for is some rest and relaxation. And Donna, if that's what you need, you should take it. By all means, find a way to not get to the point of complete exhaustion. So take a little break here and there, even if it's for one day. Go out into nature, do a little hike here and there. I think that will definitely help you to get centered, get grounded, and that's another thing that it's going to help you to remove the ego mind's influence is getting out into nature, maybe going out alone into nature and just having a nice little nature walk where you kind of clear your head and reset the ego and recharge your energy. So yeah, I get the feeling that emotionally you're on top of things, but ego wise there's a little bit of pushback there from the ego. The ego wants to be in control, Donna, and I think a great way to minimize its effects is to take a nice little break. Okay, so thank you for participating in this, Donna. I hope this resonated. Of course, put something in the comment section if you want to say something about this reading, but I thank you for your contribution, and we are on to the next and last one. Alright, and the last one is for Christina Rotondo. Thank you, Christina, for participating. We're going to look at your sun, moon, and stars. Cut the deck. Sun, moon, and stars. Here we go. Druidcraft, do your thing. First thing we're going to look at, Christina, is the sun. Now, what you got going on here? We've got the Seven of Wands for the sun. Give me a moment to go into this card. This card generally is about asserting your power, asserting your position, fighting off attackers, of course. It's about having the high ground. And I get the feeling that this card is trying to tell me that, Christina, you know when you're right, and you will fight for it. You will fight for it. You will show people that you are right, and in the right situation, this is a beautiful quality to have, because if you're fighting for truth, a lot of people will fight you against the truth, and the truth always wins, but it takes someone to stand up for it in order for truth to win out. And I get the feeling here that you're one of those people who will stand up for truth. You will push the envelope of what society expects when it comes to sharing truth. And I get the feeling here that you're not going to take anything from anybody. You know what I mean? You're a person who is going to stand up for what she believes in, and I do feel as though that this is a very positive thing. Of course, you can go too far into this energy. Don't get me wrong. There's positives and negatives to everything, but that's the feeling I'm getting from this card, is that you're someone who stands up for what is right, and you see what is right, and when you see something wrong, you're going to say something. And I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And of course, if this is off the mark, it might mean something else. But some maybe comments in the comment section might help me to distinguish what it is if that's not it. But let's move on to your moon. This is what you're having trouble seeing. Oh, we've got the World. Major Arcana here. I'm getting the sense that you have trouble finishing things, that you have trouble seeing things through to the end. And maybe you don't always have a goal or an end game. You don't always have a strategy for finishing things. And I think this might be a shadow side, is something that is kind of hidden from you. You know how to start stuff, you know how to get it moving, but maybe you don't always know how to end it. Possibly. That is kind of the strongest feeling I'm getting from this card, but it could also mean that you're not seeing that an end is near, that something is coming to an end very soon, and you're not either not seeing it or you're not willing to accept it. Let me get a clarification on this card. Solar plexus chakra. So this is about doing. So yes, I think we're going to stick with the first thing I said. You're not really sure of what to do and how to end something. You're not really sure about the steps that you need to take, the actions that you need to take in order to finish projects or relationships or jobs or hobbies. It could be anything. It probably refers to all of it. And not having an end game. So I think that's sort of what you're not seeing, is the things that are necessary that you have to do to finish things off. All right, and the last card is your stars. This is what you hope for, what you hope to see, receive, and we've got Cernunnos, who in this deck basically represents the devil card. Give me a moment with this one. Yeah, I'm going to need a clarifier for this one too. Just a moment. Believe and succeed. Aha. Mixed with Cernunnos. So I get the feeling here that what you wish for, what you're hoping for, Christina, is that you want to be able to break those bonds that are keeping you down. I think that you're trying to break free from some negative energy. Maybe they're addictions, maybe they're habits that you have, maybe they're belief systems that you have that are keeping you down. And I think your goal is to move forward and move away from these things, move away from these addictions or these dependencies that you have. And I think that's a great thing. Your heart's, your mind, your soul is in the right place as far as moving away from negative vibration, negative energy, and I think that's something that you're going to be able to accomplish, since that Seven of Wands energy shows that you're really willing to fight for what's right, willing to defend yourself if need be. But there's no. I get the feeling in your life there's generally no end game plan. You're not really sure how to finish things off, what you need to do to finish. But I think you're hoping for emancipation from these low vibration things. So all in all, I'd say, Christina, that you're on the right track, but you have to maybe see things through as much as you possibly can. And I think that's going to help you overall. And once you have an end game plan, the ending of something doesn't seem so intimidating, right? You know what you're going to do at the end, so you go do it, and there's no questions. You got a plan, you're sticking to it, and I think that's something that could help you a lot, personally. All right, so thank you, Christina. I really do appreciate you participating in this, and I appreciate your donation. And that was the last reading, and I want to say thank you to everyone who participated in this, those who gave donations. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It was very unexpected, and it was my pleasure to do these readings for you. It's my pleasure to do this channel for you. You guys are such great, high vibrational, lovely people, and I'm going to do more of these in the future. Maybe sometimes I won't ask for donations. Other times I will, but depending on how I feel and how things are going. But just know that I really do appreciate your participation on this channel, and especially to those who donated. I can't say thank you enough. I really do. It's just been a pleasure to interact with you all through the comments or through the tarot readings, and just get to know some of you on a pretty intimate level. I'd say when tarot's involved, you get to know people pretty closely. So though I've never seen any of you, I really feel a connection to a lot of you, and I just want to say thank you so much for supporting this channel and all the ways that you support it, whether it's through likes, shares, subscribes, getting readings of your own through my Etsy shop, and comments and all those things. I really do appreciate it. So that is going to be the end of the video. I want to one last time say thank you to everyone who participated. It really means a lot to me. I'm gonna go buy my smoothie now. I can afford like a bunch of smoothies now, so thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Love and light to you all. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.